2024 might not have been Netflix's strongest year, with a lot of movies and series being affected by the 2023 writer strike, but having said that, there were a lot of good and even a few great series on Netflix this year. Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 all brand new series that started in 2024. Let's go ahead and check out number 10.
If you try and stop me, I will kill you myself.
Number 10, Black Doves. This is a British spy thriller series about a woman who appears to be a devoted wife and mother, but is secretly a spy for a shadowy organization. Black Doves, starring Keira Knightley, is one of the more recent Netflix series on this list, and is pretty much a quintessential spy thriller full of secrets, betrayals, and tense action. If you watch this, you might want to give it a couple of episodes because there's a lot of threads going on and things to figure out, but once it gets going, it can be quite thrilling. It's a smart, character-driven spy story that's excellent for fans of good espionage stories. Number 9, Senna. This series chronicles the life story of legendary Brazilian Formula One driver Ayrton Senna. Senna is of course a sports drama, so you probably know what to expect here. A man who is overlooked or underestimated proves everyone wrong on his rise to the top. But what helps Senna stand out from the pack is the high adrenaline race scene. I love a good car scene, and this series is packed with some of the more entertaining ones I've seen on Netflix. If you don't give a hoot about racing, cars, or sports dramas in general, this one probably won't change your mind. But if you are a big fan of good, high-octane fun, you should definitely consider giving Senna a shot.
He's the monster that every child wants when they are lost and need to be found. This is Edgar's idea. I want to make it real.
Number 8, Eric. The series is set in 1980s New York and follows a family whose son has mysteriously disappeared, unraveling their whole life. Eric stars Benedict Cumberbatch, who is excellent as always, capturing the collapsing mind of a man pushed to the edge. The series is kind of a mix between a mystery and psychological thriller, and shows the different ways grief and guilt can distort reality. The 1980s New York setting definitely adds to the vibe of the show as well, showing the city back in a time where it was a lot less safe, grittier, and teeming with an underlying sense of danger. Eric, to me, was kind of a hidden gem series on Netflix, and its short but sweet 6 episodes are definitely a solid watch for mystery fans.
Into the future. You die. You can save her. How?
Number 7, Supacell. It follows the story of 5 people from South London who suddenly develop superpowers and struggle to understand and control their new abilities. Supacell is an interesting blend of the superhero, crime, and sci-fi genres, culminating in something that on the one hand feels familiar, but on the other hand feels totally fresh. It was a pretty divisive series, with a lot of people finding it to be boring, but a lot of other people like myself found it to be really addicting. I admit Supacell is probably not going to be for everyone, but if you're a fan of superheroes, sci-fi, or good dramatic storytelling, you might find it well worth your time. Supacell is 6 episodes and has already been renewed for a 2nd season.
You know what I could use? Someone talks a little less.
I was just wondering if you were going bald before you became a skinhead, or if that happened afterwards.
Number 6, Boy Swallows Universe. It follows the life of a young boy growing up in 1980s Brisbane, Australia, whose crazy life includes a mother that's an addict, brother that doesn't speak, and stepfather who is a drug dealer. Boy Swallows Universe is a powerful, beautifully crafted coming-of-age story that is both heartbreaking and inspiring. It's based on a novel of the same name and stars an excellent Travis Fimmel from Vikings and excellent child actor Felix Cameron. It's a 7-episode limited series, which means it's only intended to be 1 season long, and was definitely one of the more underrated and powerful series on Netflix this year. If you're a big fan of new series, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because I bring you a new video every month of all the best new Netflix series you don't want to miss.
For the last 3 years, Griselda Blanco has owned Miami, distributing cocaine.
Number 5. Griselda. The series starts out with a great quote from Pablo Escobar, who says, "The only man I was ever afraid of was a woman named Griselda Blanco." So starts the story of the ruthless Colombian drug lord who played a key role in the Miami drug trade from the 1970s to early 2000s. Griselda stars Sofia Vergara and was created by Eric Newman, the showrunner behind Narcos in Narcos Mexico. Griselda shares a similar vibe to those series as well as the movie Scarface, showing the rise and fall of a criminal mastermind in the streets of Miami. It's a hell of a story with endless conflicts and villains to keep you glued to your screen, and easily one of the best crime epics to come along in 2024.
They are coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop them.
Number 4. Three Body Problem. It explores humanity's response to an impending existential threat and weaves through multiple timelines and perspectives. It's based on the acclaimed Chinese sci-fi novel of the same name, and if you're into big-budget sci-fi, then this is as good as you'll find on Netflix in 2024. Is it a perfect series? No, it's one of those situations where the books are clearly better than the adaptation, but honestly, when is that not the case? There are 3 novels in the series, and the scope only gets more epic from here. It has already been renewed for 2 more seasons, which should conclude the ambitious story. If you've read the novels, you know the best is yet to come, so it's good to see the first season get off to such a strong start.
You say this woman's stalking you?
Yeah, like 6 months maybe.
Why'd it take you so long to report it?
She sends me emails like all the time.
Are any threatening towards you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's particularly threatening.
Number 3, Baby Reindeer. This is the true story of a struggling comedian whose life takes a dark turn when he encounters Martha Scott, a seemingly harmless customer who becomes his stalker. Baby Reindeer is a drama thriller and was a huge Netflix sensation in early 2024 with its captivating performances and stunning story. The series touches on some disturbing subjects and is not for the faint of heart. With it being such a big surprise hit, the real-life Martha had to come out to tell her side of the story, and star and writer Richard Gadd had to tell people to chill out and stop searching for the real-life people behind the story. It's a pretty stunning story and easily one of the can't-miss Netflix series of the year.
So in order to stop ourselves being associated with criminals, we are going to become criminals.
Number 2, The Gentleman. It follows Eddie, who unexpectedly inherits a 15,000-acre estate and the title of Duke of Halstead, but discovers the land is part of a cannabis empire that's attracted Britain's criminal underworld. This series is a follow-up to the 2019 film of the same name and was again written and directed by Guy Ritchie. If you're a fan of Ritchie's movies, especially Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, then you certainly ought to give The Gentleman a shot. It has this hallmark sharp wit, stylish direction, larger-than-life characters, and high-energy storyline. Luckily, Netflix has greenlit The Gentleman for a 2nd season, so there should be plenty more action, humor, and entertainment to come.
You're a very hard man to find. No address, phone, office.
Number 1, Ripley. The series is about con man Tom Ripley, who infiltrates the glamorous world of the rich through charm, lies, and manipulation. Ripley is a psychological thriller series that's a gripping and stylish adaptation of Patricia Highsmith's classic crime novel, The Talented Mr. Ripley. It stands out for its breathtaking black and white cinematography, which transports viewers right back to 1960s Italy. Ripley has a seductive vibe, a kind of laid-back, slow-burn thriller, much like the classic Italian films from Michelangelo Antonioni. And Andrew Scott knocks his performance out of the park, making this sociopathic murderer into a charming menace, someone you actually root for. Ripley is a beautiful series overall, and in my opinion, the best series on Netflix in 2024. That is my list of the top 10 series on Netflix in 2024. I also really liked The Brothers, Son, and Monsters, but couldn't quite fit them on this list. What were your favorite series of the year? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, that's it for me today, everyone. I will see you again soon.